Hi, everybody. Hey, JJ.
Hi, Terry.
Wow, that was amazing. I
Didn't
love,
you like that? It was so
yeah.
easy. And yeah, it's my first time doing an intro. So
Oh, it was stunning. Very impressive.
thank you.
Yeah, yeah. So we are so excited that everybody's here. And it's going to be a fun day. So this all kind of started when we were in Sedona together.
Yeah.
That we started really, I mean, the first time we were there together, we were doing a lot of channeling, but then the second time we were roommates and we were right by the stupa,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is the stupa, for anybody that doesn't know, it's like a temple. It's a Hindu temple or Buddhist temple, and it's outdoors, and it's really lovely. Anyway, I think it's Tibetan Buddhist, I
Yes. Yeah.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the power between Sedona and you and
And
and,
me
and
and
the Crystalline.
everybody that was at the retreat
Mm-hmm.
with Jeffrey. You can, if you want to go to a retreat, check out jeffreypeck.com because Sedona, my favorite people, the land,
Yeah,
it, it was amazing. Yeah.
it's amazing. And shopping,
And shopping. Yeah, that was so fun.
right?
But you know what, Terry? It actually, when you and I were when I first met you face to face, was Colorado, right?
That's right. It
Yeah,
was then.
and we went to the Garden of the Gods.
Oh my God.
And the Garden of the Gods. So the premise of this whole thing is, what if the ancient ones had messages for humanity? If they were so kind to bestow some messages to us. When we were in the Garden of the Gods, park there with Freebird Spirit, Debbie, and Lisa, and Karen from Starseed Awakening. It was
Yeah.
just, oh, and Kevin, yeah, Kevin Lewis. It was so fun to be there with everybody. But the land, Terry and I went to this one beautiful rock being. And remember, we put our hand. There was like a place to put
I
your
know exactly where
hand.
you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gone. I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
yeah, I could have stayed there forever.
Oh, 100%. And the pictures that we got from that, the photographs, there were so many light beings and light rays
Yeah.
in our photographs. And but it wasn't just that. And then we saw a snake too.
Hmm.
Maybe that was somewhere else. We've seen a couple of snakes, I think.
Hmm.
Anyway, but but so it kind of all started with that, but also that we both do a lot of inner earth work. You with Tutah, the
Yeah.
Tutahs, and others
Yeah.
now, and having that deep resonance with the earth that you have, which is so beautiful. I love that about you.
Yeah, I'm really lucky. Like growing up, the one place that I felt really comfortable was when my grandmother would take me to the camp that was in our family from my great grandfather, and we would go to Lake Champlain in Vermont, and it was I remember I would pull up in the car, I would open up the door, and I would run down the like the little gravel road we had to the lake, and I would be like, I'm here, everybody, all of my people.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We had when I was growing up, we had my we grew up in the city where I did early on, and then we moved when I was quite young out to the kind of the country. We were on a dead end with cornfields, and then our backyard was all woods,
Mm.
and I called it the other world. And there was a creek that went through it, and when I hopped the creek, I became indigenous. I mean, I could just feel it.
Yeah.
And it was another lifetime, but I also knew that I had entered that other world, and I could talk to the clay, and I could talk to the water and
Mm.
the trees.
Yeah.
And and it's just, yeah, it's we forget as children that we have that, right?
Oh my gosh, yes. I'm
I
so
always
excited.
make them
I am
fun.
so excited to do this with you today. I'm going to share some of the comments here on the stage as well. Oh, there's Karen right there. Starseed Awakening,
Hi,
1111.
Karen.
We were just talking about you, my friend,
Yep.
in Colorado Springs in the mountains there. You actually, Karen has a special relationship with the Garden of the Gods, um, too, because
Yeah.
she lived there. She does now again, but um, okay. So let's go into. I mean, we love the conversations in the chat. So if you have any special nature connections, let us know, and we will. We're Teri and I are just going to, ask if they would bestow some messages on us for humanity. Because I know things. What Mother Nature Gaia has told me before is that, um, she was talking about petroglyphs and those things, and she's just like, "Honey, that's just graffiti. That's just graffiti. Look what I can do." And she showed me carving rock, and she's like, "This is the real deal. This is not somebody just scratching on a rock." Or, and I'm just like, "Oh my god, I've never, I've never had that opinion before shared with me." She was just like, "Settle down. This is what's going
Yeah.
on in the real world." So we're just here for a fleeting nanosecond as humans, and getting some messages from from them would be really special. The wise ones, right, Teri?
Yeah. I love that you say that we're just here for a fleeting second, because I think that really sums it up. We worry so much about all these little details. And really, if there's something that's important to us, that's something important. But when we look at the whole picture of, like, and sometimes I try to think of that. Okay, if I were to die tomorrow or even next year,
Yeah,
what do I want today? Like, what do I want right now? What do I want to tell my loved ones right now?
yeah.
And the one thing that my guides always tell me is, you never have to worry. That's the biggest message, that besides I'm loved, right? That we're all loved, just
Mm-hmm.
as we are. But really, that worry is just an energy that we don't need, because we are always supported.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and it's like, well, where does worry come from? And there's like the nature worries of, like, you know they can come through and change whole towns with a river. Like, what's going to happen to my family? It's raining really hard and it's not stopping. Like, there's those kind of worries, but then there's a lot of, like, implanted worries, like programmable, and it's just like, wait, what am I actually, why am I worried about, this and that? It's just like, what's of value? Um, and I think when the world took a little break there, all at the same time, I think a lot of people awakened to, what do I really value, instead
yeah,
of the rat race of having
Well,
two to three jobs, and not really enjoying having the time to enjoy what you value. You know?
yeah. And I feel like different parts of the country, United States, but on general, most of the United States really values shopping. So let me just put that out there. We are, I know, right? I love a thrift store. But it's like, we really, it's a national pastime.
Yeah.
And it used to be, and I think, depending on where you live, not even depending on where you live, but being able to get into nature and there's some parts of it that are so beautiful, like if you live on the coast or the mountains. I'm in the Midwest, but we have the mounds here. I mean, beautiful lakes here, and but it's hot, and then it's cold. but
Mm.
but still, there's so much beauty in everything. So really taking some time to even get outside 10 minutes a day is
Mm.
huge.
You know, one thing they're already showing me when you were talking about the hot and the cold is the expansion. You know, how we it's like the earth breathing in a way, or a tree breathing, or it's just like, you know, expanding, you know, and then coming back and expanding and coming back. Cause it's like anybody who grew up like in the East Coast, I grew up in Vermont, and you know, there's just these cracks in the paved roads, you know, because of the winter and the expanding. Yeah, the breathing of Earth.
That makes so much sense.
Yeah,
I really feel like as she breathes and talks, I see more cracks coming to the planet. Like
yeah,
and,
yeah,
and it's a good thing because it's opening up all these old ways that are going to happen for us.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
The kind of like, hey, people, remember, remember, you know, how to. It's just they're showing me like the cattle, where it's like instead of having like our own little herd of, or like a flock of chickens to like provide nutrition and whatnot, it's like now we have these huge killing fields of, and where all the cattle are, and where all the cattle are processed, and what the difference is in honoring the animal, versus honoring the capitalism. And I'm all for capitalism, but I'm all for um, people people remembering, you know, you can give an animal love, you know, and yeah.
yeah, yeah. And speaking of which, Tyler's want to say hello to everybody, but my dog, I don't know if you can hear him, but but and then also recognizing that there are, I feel like sometimes I treat him as my pet, where really he's another entity and
Yeah.
deserves my respect and
Yeah.
love, which I totally love him. But it's just like when you realize that your children are divine beings
Mm,
and perfect just the way they are.
mm,
And no matter what they're going through, they're a divine being. And then I have to recognize that sometimes with my dog and with the bird that I had a conversation with yesterday in my hot tub that shat on me. So
so
there's
divine. So divine.
yeah, yeah, and it
Yeah.
and it was we were having a conversation while I was sitting there. I was looking up at him and he was looking down at me and he kept poking his beak and we were kind of vibing. And then all of a sudden I'm like, well, give me a sign. And the next sign I get is this,
Love
right in front of me in the water, a little brown spot. And I was like, okay, I
it.
asked for it. I got it.
Oh my gosh. So Terry and I was like show and tell. Our question is like, why are there reflections of humanity in nature? And I was telling this story about I was going to this wedding in Escalante, Utah, and you know I went by this. Utah has so many beautiful like rock people that I was driving along, and I'm like, oh, there's the grandmothers, and then a stranger at the wedding was just like, "Oh, it was so amazing driving in here." And I'm like, "Oh, did you love the scenery?" And she's like, "Yeah, the grandmothers and all of that." And I'm like, "Wow, we saw the same thing." So my question is like, why is humanity reflected in nature? And so Terry has a beautiful show and tell.
I do. I've got a few. So I've got this little guy here who was actually from our good friend um, Reverend Saul.
Mm,
So there's several faces on it. There's this one with a little smile, which I love.
Hmm.
And then this one that comes
Oh,
in that is quite an ancient one.
whoa, I
Uh,
see like the profile.
yeah,
Wow.
right?
Oh my goodness.
And completely amazing.
Oh my God, and now it looks like a bird. Yeah, I could look at that forever.
And then this side, it's just like, and these are the rock people that I see
Mm,
talking to me often.
yeah.
And usually they're quite earthy. And then this is another one. This one is not so much a face in it, but it's a form like a bird.
Yeah,
And
yep, I saw.
yeah, so they kind of they're a creature, an inner earth creature.
Yeah.
So um, yeah,
And
and
then
you've got some beautiful ones.
I have a whole box of fun things. This one's not necessarily like the reflected of the humans, but this one is really cool. Like I love how the knot has uh, it's so beautiful. Like the whole
Yeah,
flow of it.
like a whale or a porpoise
Yeah,
or yeah.
and it's like I just love looking at things like the backside. Like it's so cool how things change. Um, and yeah, I did this. I had this fun time working with iMovie on my computer, and I uploaded like all of the photos from one trip. Well, there was actually some there from Colorado Springs, the Garden of the Gods too. But the little movie trailer, if anybody saw it, it was all of these faces that I saw, and there was like way more. But finally I got my phone out to take pictures, and so many faces like everywhere. And I had fun making the trailer. I'd play it here for you guys, but I'm not exactly sure about copyright stuff. So if you want to see it, it's on my Facebook.
I love it. What's your Facebook?
I think I'm not sure if I put it on my personal JJ Parent or if it's on Tutah Speaks.
Okay,
But I think I put it on Instagram, Tutah Speaks as well.
I think so too. I think I've got it on my on the description on my channel too.
Yeah.
So there's it's interesting how all this energy is coming in and we're getting reacquainted with it.
Hmm.
Because I know that in ancient ways that we have been, and in many lifetimes that we have been, but now we're kind of reawakening to it after just being in kind of this not servitude, but kind of, where people were trying to get through life, like the 3D and going through all the constructs. And not that there weren't a lot of masters and people on the planet at various always, but sometimes we didn't awaken to it. And now I see as we awaken and our light turns on, I see all these eyes opening inside the planet.
That the emotion of that, it's kind of like my friends, like my old friends. Thank you. Like I can feel like the goosebumps, like the stretching, flexing of awakening. And the question of like um, why were you sleeping? Like, and it's reflected in us too. Like, why are we sleeping here? Just like not remembering, and one of the things I'd love to do with this time um, in future ones is kind of like asking our DNA, are there the ancient ones in our DNA, in our spines, in our cells? Because it's like, are we all made up of some of the same things, and the remembering.
Wow. Yeah, that's powerful. So I do feel like that 12 strand DNA is being enacted right now
Mm-hmm.
in all of us. And we're walking into that crystalline light, that crystalline body or light body,
Yeah.
as I like to call it. And And sometimes you think that that's for universal energy, which since we're, in 3D and it's easier to think in a linear way, but all that energy is also within the earth.
Mhm.
Um, Great caves of crystals and great um, cities of crystals and crystalline energy, but also the rock people, the giants, the tree people, the hairy ones. There's just so much energy inside inner earth that we can connect to get just as big a light body, I
Mm.
think, is when we connect with the universe.
Yeah, when I stare at like the especially like during sunset when it's gone down just barely over what I'm looking at, I do see like this light almost as if like the trees are breathing. It's just this little disturbance of what I'm seeing. It's like you see the sky and its beautiful colors changing, but then you see like this band of like people can see it around like auras of people and colors. And for me, I really love practicing. Anybody can do this, just practicing when the sun goes down, or even if you're just right, like looking at a tree and you're laying down on the ground, like just see if you can see that little band of like, I like to call it the light body, the energy surrounding. And it's just like, I love it.
Right?
Yeah. I was wondering, since this is the first time, I'm just curious if we could take a moment when we're connecting to not say anything, just so everybody could tap into that's in the chat or the replay, that they could tap into it as well. Because I feel like when we're all here together, like who's here now, who's going to show up later, and if anybody shares this, please do, so we can get multiple messages. It's like we're like operators, the old styled operators, like, okay, hello, can you connect me to the rock people? Okay, yeah, sure. But maybe we could get everybody could tap in, and if they feel comfortable sharing it, either in the live chat here or in the comments below. Sometimes the comments below after the show, it's easier to read, for people
Yeah.
to read that. But are you cool with that?
Yeah. And when you were asking for that, it was 22:44. I just
Oh.
want to say on the time yeah, we were here.
Yeah, so if everybody is game, if they want to
Love
play,
you.
I always love playing, and you know, that's how I really love spirit. It's just playing around with it. Um, so yeah, could you lead us into that, Terry? I just love your calming voice and how you do that.
Yeah. Do we want to go inside the earth?
Wherever you take me, Terry.
Okay.
Road trip.
Yay. Let's do this, people. Okay. So just make yourself comfortable. Abide in your body for a minute. And I'm going to ask everybody to abide in their monad, your high heart. It's a space between your throat chakra and your heart chakra. And it's a space that connects you to your divinity, also to the earth's divinity. So just breathe into it, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through the mouth. Becoming aware of your physical form, every cell in your body, from your root chakra to your crown chakra and your high heart chakra. In your high heart, knowing love, bliss, ananda, joy, like a little child. And they're also asking me to bring in being feral, like a child or a wild animal, that energy. So as we go within, let's form a circle, calling in 33 trillion angels, times the frequency of 144,000 to the power of 72, little crystalline energy. As we do so, just notice your body where it sits or lays down or walks. Feel your feet. and feel the thumping or the heartbeat of the earth as she comes in. Maybe it's the rock people, maybe it's Gaia. You'll know. Going deep within the shadows of the earth, the darkness as it comes in, and the crystalline energy of the ley lines as they wrap around the planet and shine. Connecting, going deeper to the rocks, the small rocks, the tectonic plates as they dance and move around the planet within, up and down, breathing, dancing, going deeper. The giants, the rock people, hearing their voices, hearing what they have to say today, noticing as we do so the crystalline energy here, caves filled with crystals, caves filled with power banks, feeling the energy of the underground cities, the underground universes, the waters, the healing waters, going within them, watching as we do so, the water people as we connect with them, and going deeper to the core of the earth, the magnetic core, the part of the beginning, the monad, primordial, non duality, just connecting. JJ, do you want to come in?
Tutah Nai. Tanui. Koshnai. Tianush Namai Tanush Naikianakai. Patoya. Krishna Kyama. Tatu. Tatu na kuna ma ishna kuyawana. Kukanui tamanoshnaka. Anunu kakukama ishnakai. Tauki na kanashna. Tatu nama kui. Hananamaku. Hanuna Kushna Katanaka. Taking a few more moments with your connection. We welcome you to write down on paper any messages, feelings, colors. To remember. There's great joy in being seen by you. Thank you. Thank you. We love being seen. It's just the greatest joy of we've been here. Thank you for visiting. Thank you. They feel they feel us lightly, not so strong right now, um, but they do feel us lightly, as if um, like our energy is, if you were looking at water, and where they are kind of in the depths of the water where you can't quite see, but the way they feel us is as if the light beams on the surface, and they say, we see you as well, and we feel you, and they look forward to us connecting, and connecting on our own or together, for a stronger connection.
Wow. So, I love when you were talking about this, they see us. I was getting a lot of healing happening for everybody here in your throat chakras, and just above your, or below your chin as well. That there's ancient things here, words that haven't been spoken, words that haven't been heard in centuries, and it's awakening in us. And then my ears start tingling, and they're talking about how we will start hearing them and seeing them as well, and a healing in the throats. There's light beings that are activating us right now. They're also showing me the bird people, and it's like the ancient thunderbirds that we see all around the world, and ancient indigenous tribes
Mm-hmm.
that they're flying up to meet us, and we can fly with them, fly away, they say. And they're talking about the core, the center of the earth, of the monad, being a space kind of like a sweat lodge that we can go to for healings when we need it. And when we are in this core, we can let go of what we want to let go of, but we can take back what is ours. We can take back our core energy, and be surrounded by what we need many, many lifetimes, and many, many beings are here helping us. So, so they want us to know that this is a special place that you can go to activate.
When
Yeah.
you were, I really love, I love the Thunderbird. I have my husband gifted me. We had this when I lived in Oceanside, California. There was this really cool store. It was called the Indian Store. They've moved locations to a bigger. I moved, and then they moved to a bigger location. So I'm sure there's way more cool things. Um, but he went there and got me this really cool art piece of the Thunderbird. And when you were saying, when you were sharing what the messages you got, they showed me that the Thunderbirds. It's so interesting because, from my understanding, they come from above, but they are. When you said that, they looked like little first, like little, for me, fireflies. Like that's what my human brain saw, like coming through the cracks of the. But it's like these sparks, these um yeah, it's part of the fire, like the fire is coming from the earth, um like these little like fire fairies. It's like really cool.
Yeah. Like the living light.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's also, I've been seeing a lot of the snake people, and I
Mm.
think a lot of people here have been working with the snakes. Oh, and Sally says the crickets, and Kelly's talking about seeing the T-birds, the thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Um, so as we work with that snake energy, and it's the year of the snake, um, they're coming in too, and sometimes they look like a ram's head,
Mm.
with their snake, um, and so you're gonna acknowledge who you see. Like it's going to be different for every single one of us. And Kim says she sees fairies. Everybody sees different things.
Yeah.
So what you see is the right thing for you because each one of us is completely different. So
Mm-hmm.
the way that you perceive all this is the correct way. Um, I do feel like the giants are really behind us, and what I'm getting,
Confirmation.
yeah, Tyler
He's
always
like,
knows,
he's like, duh.
yeah, and what I'm getting from angelic beings, whoever you want to call them, eighth density, 11th density, and then the core beings like zero density, which is that primordial energy is just huge. Is that all systems go, like we're here to do something, and you being here,
Oh no.
they honor you, like you are
You
definitely honored for
froze up
being here.
just a you froze up just a tiny bit.
Oh, did I?
A little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
they are honoring you.
Yeah.
Um, and George spoke of the Thunderbirds, didn't he? Yeah, yeah, and the Eagles. Very, very important. He called us the Eagle Rainbow Tribe. So, yeah.
Wow, look at this.
Oh, Leona. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that. And for me, they have a red and black
Mm,
skin
mm, yeah,
and scales, and really, really beautiful,
yeah.
or green
Mm,
when you're working with healing. But lots and lots of power inside the earth. So I think we discount it sometimes because we live on it, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Kelly, yeah, seeing the Thunderbirds. That's beautiful. So I feel like
I
this
agree.
time is very precious for all of us. Oh, thank you, Kim. That's so sweet. Yeah. There's going to be, if you start looking, everybody, and it gets in your algorithm for your news, they are finding all sorts of things in inner earth right now, underground cities, ancient cities, and pieces or and statues of giants. So this is not, I mean, I love woo woo, and we are always into woo woo, but now things are being proved,
Mm.
physical proof, which is kind of good for us sometimes.
Yeah, validation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Lauren sees the snakes as yellow and in the trees smiling at her.
Mm.
Yeah, they're quite friendly and powerful. So,
Lauren just shared something on Lauren, was it Facebook or it was either on Facebook or Instagram. I saw it and it was like the most beautiful piece of artwork with like the most perfect words. Maybe she could share it, the words here if she can get it. Um,
oh,
but it was lovely. So if you could share that, that would be amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful,
Hmm.
beautiful. So, do you have a particular way that you go into inner earth? Is it with language that guides you, or how do you do it, JJ?
Okay. So in the beginning, one thing that I learned, I took like a month-long class with Alberto Vialdo,
Yeah.
and it was like so cool.
Oh, man.
Um, yeah, like every day, like morning to past, in the evening, it was all shamanism and lessons and this and that. And oh, I recommend that class to anybody. It's called the Four Winds Society, which is like a really cool, like maybe it's a cult, but
Yeah,
if
like
it
this
is,
is
I'm all for it. But
right.
yeah, but an exercise that really stuck with me, and actually the Tutah, the teachers, the first group of guides that came in, they showed me this, and then when I went to the school, it was also the same thing. And so a practice that really resonated with me is you see yourself, you look down at your feet and really feel comfortable in your body, and then you go out from your feet just a little bit, and what do you see? Are you in a meadow? Are you near a riverbed, like stepping stones? And then you just kind of expand from there, just a little bit more, until you see where you're standing in the environment. And it can be different for everybody. So I won't name a name of what someone is seeing, but you can find yourself in nature somewhere. And when you expand it and you're looking around, you just really kind of see what's needing to be seen. Like, is it healthy? What season is it? Can you hear something? Can you feel? Is it warm? Is it cold? Is it night? Is it day? And you just kind of launch an investigation of curiosity of where you are. And then once you're finished and settled in that area, um, in the class, you see a tree. And then you go up to the tree and you ask permission. And then from there, it's like an elevator to you can go to the upper, the middle, or the lower. And there's different places for everybody. Another way is to, let's say, for instance, if you go to the inner earth, if you go to the underground, you can ask for an animal to help guide you, like a turtle, an earthworm, and you can go, like, just even be playful and be like, okay, well, show me something, that is like for me to see. And you just you follow the animal or whatever it is you call in, and maybe it's just you walking into these different chambers, or following a route into a deep crystal room. And it's fun when you follow the roots down. There are so many healing pockets
Mm-hmm.
of reflect, like these chambers of reflection, where you're in the most perfect, it's not scary, it's not dark, but when you smell, you can smell the earth and the decaying of trees, and how they just nourish that yummy smell. And and the lighting is just perfect for you. Maybe the crystals are lighting up to welcome you, the phosphorescent, or whatever, and you're in it's the most perfect temperature, and you could like stick your toe into this reflective pool, or you can immerse yourself into this pool and just see where you go. There's so many ways, Terry, to travel and explore.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
how,
Yeah.
how do you do it?
Um, I do it a different way almost every time. And
Mhm.
sometimes I go in through the trees and the roots. I love that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we go in and there's corridors, like kind of like a vortex, but
Mhm.
and it's all the same, isn't it? It doesn't matter if it's rock or if it's black hole,
Yeah.
but going in there, and then there's, like you said, there are cities, there are corridors, there are libraries. The Akashic records
Mhm.
are seated inside the center of the earth as well. But in many of these corridors, there are guardians.
Mhm.
And the trick is when we go into the guardians and they look really big, and they're like the rock people, and they're big, huge guardians, and you walk in and you just shine your light on them. You shine your high heart energy.
Kind of
And what
like your light is the key.
exactly? Thank you. Yeah. And when you shine your light, they're like, "Oh, okay." "Hey." And then they get
What's
to know
what's
you.
the password?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
And the first time I did it, I think it was in The Mummy or Indiana Jones. They were like inside a temple of doom or something.
yeah.
And they click on something and they put a lock in place and they turn it, and there's this huge wall and all the locks move all along the wall. And that's what I was seeing for like a year when I first started going in inner earth. And
Lovely.
yeah,
Yeah. Oof.
yeah, it's really fun. I love the energy of inner earth because I feel like we forget where we came from and that many civilizations before us were much more had more technology than we do now, much more advanced than we are currently, and much more educated in different ways. And yet, it's all on us this time to to shift to that 5D.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that are here doing it, and I think that's why we're so honored that we're the way showers, that
Yeah.
we came here to help.
Yeah.
But um, but but they're really acknowledging all of us because it's all a group effort. Oh, and I did see what Lauren gave us this beautiful here. I love this. Lauren says, somewhere further up the road where shadows meet the light, a time will come to lift the veil and bring hidden truths to sight.
Yeah, so that's perfect timing, you putting it up and her sharing it because it's the key. It's like,
Mhm. It
yeah,
is
it's
totally the
exactly
key.
what you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. And then
It,
you should see the artwork that goes with it.
wow. Lauren, if you'll send it to me, I'll post it, Lauren, in the group. And Patricia says, hello. I call in a bedtime wreath of snakes, including Sam, a boa constrictor. I honor their ability to shed and ask for their help shedding what no longer serves me. Love
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that's beautiful. That was another thing, like with the Four Wind Society. Maybe I'm saying it wrong. I don't know. But anyways, Alberto's classes and his teachers is there's an animal associated to the four corners, and one of them is snake, and it's like you call in the snake from a certain direction, and it comes in, and that's what he said. It comes in and devours, like anything ready to be shed that no longer serves you. Yeah, so
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Um, and when we were in Sedona too, I think we were doing a lot with coding. That there was showing us all these different coding and how we can recode ourselves. So that's maybe another day we could do a whole show on that.
Yeah. Oh, I
And
love.
yeah, with the coding, when you do it, when I was doing it with Earth, the code that was coming through was like turquoise and coral and bone colored.
Ooh.
Each one of us will see something different, but I really loved that. A snake cannot grow if it does not shed. Oh, that's amazing!
Right.
Hypnicity. I love that.
You get stuck. You get like stagnant if you're not doing the shedding. And it's like even like with how the metamorphosis. That thing where it's like the caterpillar turns to goo and
Yeah,
butterfly.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like I think I mean, the question is, as humans, do we stifle our own selves? Are we, it's like the caterpillar has to go forward and do this. It's a process that it's kind of like what you were saying before we started, Terry. Like, we feel like we have control, or we need to control. And it's like, well, what does the caterpillar do? It's like he has, like, it's metamorph. It's like it's change. It's the process. It's like, you know, we are born and we live, and then we change into something else. Either we go back into pure energy. But what I like about being here now is that we get to like um, being here instead of the like what I would call the energy world of like the afterlife or pre-life or whatever it's called. It's like we get to hug each other. And
yeah,
it's like, can you just imagine like you have like your best buddies in energy world, and it's just like and you can go have fun and adventures and stuff, but hugging, you know, and holding hands and whatnot, it's pretty special.
Yeah, it's the senses on this planet in the 3D are
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to have an entire group achieve what we're achieving. So I want you guys to all be very proud of yourselves and your light here and your journey, because I feel like it's, from what I understand, it's unprecedented to have a huge group like this ascend at the same time on a planet. And that may have been what happened before, um, besides other things that we can get into at another time. But,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot that's happening right now. And you guys are it. You're it.
You're it. Tag, you're it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I really do encourage this to keep the conversation flowing. Whether you email us, or please, we welcome you to leave any questions you have for future, for future shows. Like, what is it that you want to explore together with this? What are some of the things that you saw? And if you don't want to share them, that's perfectly okay. It's just they would like for you to um, remember, if you picked anything up from this, is to remember it in some way, like write it down, maybe burn it in a fire, or bury it in the ground. It's just, they're really happy to connect. And they would like for the connection to go a little bit deeper. So I guess if there was any homework, it would be to remember what you picked up individually, or if you saw a comment in the chat that really resonated with you, like take a moment and just really um, remember, and so our connection can maybe get a little more into the depths. That's, they're waiting for us. So
Yeah. The crevasses.
yes, the crevasses.
I love that word.
I know, it's so great.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, awesomeness grinds and makes bread, make a living food. Oh, I love that awesomeness. And I know um, Sally here, she's also quite the bread maker, which we had in Sedona.
Yes,
So
we did.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And we
so
didn't share, just to let her know. We might have shared some things, but we kept most of it for ourselves.
yeah, yeah, we were very well fed
We
while
were
we were
staying
there.
with the gifts.
Yeah, lots of gifts.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, let us know if this works for you. I
Yeah.
do feel like Inner Earth is calling the heartbeat, like the thunder of the bison running, in the prairies. It's
Oh
it's
my
kind of
God.
like her heartbeat.
I have to show you something that
Oh, I
I
want to see
made.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Hold on. I'm not going to trip over my sticks.
yeah.
So, so I went to a gourd festival.
A gourd festival.
There's gourd societies. I found one.
I love it.
There are gourd societies everywhere. And so I signed up to make these. They're called a thunder drum. And so I didn't carve it. You just get to stain it and do whatever. But
Oh my
this is the
god.
gourd. Um, and then it's got this. And so listen.
No. Yes,
And look which one I picked.
please.
I picked this one. There was all sorts of symbols, but I was just like, I was really hoping there'd be a thunderbird, but they didn't have one.
Oh my god. Are you using this in your healings?
No, this is a new thing.
Oh my god, because that has that just my whole body vibrates with that. I love that.
And
Yeah.
the same guy teaching the class, he made. Oh my God, he makes these. So you know how a rain stick? I have one here. It's like it's quick. You know, it's like you turn it over, then it's done. He made one out of a gourd that you turn it over. It's got this really cool like copper base on it. You turn it over, that thing will last for at least like 10 minutes. I think he said he was making one that would last even longer.
Wow.
I don't
Amazing.
even, I don't even know how you do that.
I don't either. I have
Magic.
no idea. No idea.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get our gourd music going. Yes. I mean, it's so cool.
It's so cool. I mean, that's just I love that.
Yeah.
And everything has a frequency, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the core of the planet has a really interesting frequency. So,
Yeah, I would like to put that in the future of the shows too, is really tapping into the frequency, like your own individual frequency for your healing. And maybe we could do that a couple of times just as like a little exercise. And then once we got ourselves, our masks on the airplane of oxygen, we can expand it. That would be like a fun thing to do.
oh, I love that.
To
Yeah.
like our family and then community, and then Mother Earth, and just like working as a collective with the ancient ones would be lovely.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, JJ.
Oh, thank you. And you're four-legged for the confirmation.
Yeah. Tyler's always happy to help out.
Yeah. It's so funny because there's like an artist called Tyler the Creator, right? And you've got Tyler the Healer. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to again share with us, we are going to after this, we'll figure out when we'll be coming back. Share your questions you'd like to ask. Share your feelings on something. If you want to send us emails too about anything, if you go out into nature and you see a face, or even if it's a drawing that you do, we would love to see all of it, because we're all in this together. So thank you everybody for showing up. And yeah, have a beautiful day. Teri will wave goodbye because she's dying.
I know once we talked about our voices or our sounds, they started
Yeah,
letting me.
you're clearing something.
Yeah, I'm clearing something out, people. Thank
All
you.
right. Yeah, much love to all of you guys, and we'll see you further on down the road. Bye.
Bye, everybody.